King Charles and Camilla face anti-monarchy protests during the opening of Parliament. Today, November 7, 2023, marked a historic occasion for the United Kingdom. For the first time in 72 years, a new monarch delivered the King's speech at the state opening of Parliament. King Charles III, who ascended to the throne after the death of his mother Queen Elizabeth II in February, read out the government's legislative agenda for the next year. He was accompanied by his wife Queen Camilla, who wore a white dress and a diamond tiara. The King's speech is a centuries-old tradition that showcases the pomp and pageantry of the British monarchy. The ceremony involves a procession from Buckingham Palace to the Palace of Westminster, where the King and Queen are greeted by members of the House of Lords and the House of Commons. The King then wears the imperial state crown and sits on the throne in the House of Lords, where he reads out a speech written by the Prime Minister and his cabinet. However, not everyone was celebrating this historic day. Outside the palace gates, hundreds of protesters gathered to voice their opposition to the monarchy and demand a democratic republic. The protesters were organized by Republic, a campaign group that advocates for abolishing the monarchy and electing a head of state. They held up yellow banners and signs that read "Not my king," "Down with the crown," and "What a waste of money." They also booed and chanted slogans as the King and Queen passed by in their carriage. Republic claims that the monarchy is an outdated and undemocratic institution that has no place in modern Britain. They argue that the monarch has too much power and influence over the government, and that taxpayers' money should not be spent on maintaining their lavish lifestyle. They also point out that the monarchy is unpopular among younger generations, who see it as irrelevant and out of touch. According to a YouGov poll conducted in September, only 62% of Britons support having a monarchy, while 25% would prefer a republic. Among 18 to 24-year-olds, only 48% support the monarchy, while 37% favor a republic. The poll also found that only 59% of Britons think that King Charles is doing a good job as monarch, while 28% think he is doing a bad job. Republic has been staging anti-monarchy protests for years, but they have gained more momentum and visibility since King Charles's coronation in May. On that day, 6 protesters were arrested by the police ahead of a planned demonstration near Westminster Abbey, where the coronation took place. The arrests sparked criticism and controversy, as many saw them as an infringement on free speech and peaceful protest. The protesters were later released without charge. The group has vowed to continue their campaign until Britain becomes a republic. They have also called for a referendum on the future of the monarchy, where people can choose between keeping it or replacing it with an elected head of state. What do you think about the monarchy and the protests? Do you support or oppose having a king or queen as your head of state? Do you think Britain should have a referendum on this issue? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.